It's an onshore crude oil terminal. And what does it do? Why is it important? And why should we be excited by the commissioning of a new such facility in Nigeria's Niger Delta? First, a crude oil terminal, be it onshore or offshore, is the terminus of the crude oil production and evacuation process. It's the facility from which crudes are delivered to export tankers. Until the end of March 2025, Nigeria had 5 large-sized onshore crude oil terminals, each with capacity to pump over 300,000 barrels of oil per day into seaborne export transportation units. They include the Bonny Terminal, built by Shell Petroleum and now operated by Renaissance Africa Company Limited. Akwa Ibom Terminal, built by Mobil Producing and now operated by Seplat Energies. Brass Oil River Terminal, built by Nigerian Ajib and now operated by Oando. Forcados Terminal, built by Shell Petroleum and now operated by Renaissance Africa Company Limited. And Excravos Terminal, built and operated by Chevron Nigeria. These 5 terminals are the export points of around 50% of Nigerian crude oil and condensate. They were built by multinationals over 50 years ago to receive crudes from oil fields operated by these companies and export them to foreign markets. The newly completed Otakikpo terminal, installed by Green Energy International Ltd, is the first such facility to be constructed by a Nigerian-owned operator. Project construction commenced in the second quarter of 2023 and was delivered by first quarter 2025 ahead of schedule. The Phase 1 project cost is in excess of $400 million, with projected full phase development cost of over $1.3 billion. The Otakikpo terminal is designed to handle up to 250,000 barrels per day crude injection, while the field currently produces at 10,000 barrels of oil per day. This corresponds to a capacity utilization level of only 4%, thus providing a remarkable opportunity for third-party injectors. Injection of crude oil into the tanks started on March 30, 2025, and the operators are on track for first export between May 23 and May 25, 2025. Here are the timelines of the key milestones in the construction phase.
So the terminal, this newest onshore terminal, is catering for 4 sets of companies, E&P companies. The first are those who have small reserves, far away from oil export infrastructure pipeline, that they can't afford to build a pipeline because of the small reserves. This terminal gives them a solution through trucking option, i.e., they can truck 1,000, 1,500 barrels into a terminal. Getting to the terminal, we have very good road network. So if you are around 50 kilometers thereabout and your field is stranded, you have nowhere to take it to, and you're on land, you can come to the Otakikpo onshore terminal. So that's the first set of people. Then we have another set of people, companies. They have fields right near the creek where they can't do any trucking, but they can do barging. Again, they cater for those, because they can then barge or even aggregate. If there's few of them around the area, they can aggregate, take it by barge, come to what we call kilometer 6, because we already have a pipeline from our field to 6 kilometers offshore. And it's a bi-directional, which we are using right now for our export. So we can turn it around. You can bring all your barge into kilometer 6, pump your oil onshore, and from onshore, it goes directly into our terminal. So that again gives succor to those fields, and so many of them. If you look at the IHS map, they've been proven to have oil, but there's no evacuation possibilities. So they are caught there. So again, we are doing that. The third set of people are those who have fields 20 kilometers offshore. 20 kilometers offshore. One of the mitigating factors for them for exporting or developing them full steam is that they may not have enough capital to go into hundreds of millions of dollars to put this fancy FPSO and terminal. Again, because we have laid a 23 kilometers, a bi-directional pipeline, 20 kilometers offshore, they can have a smaller vessel produce and come to kilometer 23 and pump again onshore, and bingo, they can export. The third set of people are people within 40 kilometers from us, who, even if they have enough money for the pipeline, etc., there's the issue of theft. They produce 100 barrels, they get paid sometime at the worst period of time, maybe for 80, 20% loss or whatever. And that's impacting on their bottom line. We offer a solution again. All the pipelines coming to us, we prefer it to be 3-phase, multi-phase solution. That is, you give us your oil, give us your water, give us your gas. As it's gas in that pipeline, it's relatively safe from pipeline vandalization. People don't vandalize gas pipeline as much as they do with this. So we offer that solution also. So you are sure that if you bring your 10 barrels, 100 barrels to our terminal, you'll get 100 barrels paid. You're not going to get him paid for 65, 70, 80, or 85. So that's the kind of people. And with that fourth option, it means, frankly, your footprint in your field needn't be very, because we're going to help you to process. So frankly, you can have your 2 bedrooms next to your where everybody's already doing the work for you, 40 kilometers, whatever you are. So that's the kind of option that we are bringing to the table, solving problems for the small guys, solving problems for those who are locationally disadvantaged, solving problems for people who want the bottom line to be better. So that's the uniqueness of the Otakikpo onshore terminal.
That's all we have for this pilot -4 episode of Energy TV, the peerless insight into energy issues in the African continent. Our West African regional contacts are telephone +234 802 835 4297 and +234 803 888 2629. Email addresses are paul@energytv.com and paul@africaoilandgasreport.com. See you soon.